Are we back? Okay, it looks like we might be back. I don't, my internet just shit the bed, I guess. I just disconnected from Twitch completely. Um I don't know if that was my internet. It didn't seem to be my internet, but it could have been. I don't know. I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming it is. You need to feed the internet hamster. I know. I'm gonna have to actually complain because this is this has been happening more lately. Initially, there were no problems, and now this keeps happening. So I'm gonna have to say something about that because it's like really, really annoying, you know, that it happens every stream now. Almost every stream now. I don't think it happened last stream. I don't think it did. But it's been happening more. And I'm not a big fan. They're just taking a break. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It does suck though, because not only does it make a new VOD every time that happens, but then it also makes you guys rewatch ads. It, you know, makes anyone who is lurking's tab usually crash and they have to like actually refresh it. You know, stuff, little things like that that just make disconnecting randomly annoying. That, and I had to stop everything for a good like minute or two while it reconnected, which was also annoying. The internet was upset with the amount of sass that I've been giving people today. Get this wall done here. There's what I'm thinking. Right? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Talk about flawless. You know, this place looks pretty good, considering how old it is. The Atlanteans had good taste, you know? They really did. They had good taste. The Lost City of Atlantis. Also one of my favorite Disney movies. I think that that movie is highly underrated as far as Disney movies go. I think the Atlantis movie doesn't get talked about enough or even remembered enough. Oh. There we go. Ooh. Look at how much we can clean with this thing. It's so good. I don't like that sound it makes when it hits the edge, though. I do have to say. I'm not a big fan of that. when only one of them hits an edge, it makes a weird sound that I'm not a fan of. Like, did you ever? Which Final Fantasy is that? Because that's all gibberish to me. Are you asking if I played the MMO one? Because the answer is I played the free trial one time. Oh, I'm talking about 14 because that's the one everybody like still plays. They still drop new content for that and everything like that. People still it has a pretty big player base considering how old it is. Like I said, for that one I played the free trial. Ow. Party! I played the free trial for that one. And got up to like whatever the max level they allowed the trial folks to get to. I played a considerable amount of it, I feel like. And it was okay. But I have trouble getting into MMOs these days. There was a time when I played nothing but MMOs back in like the heyday of MMOs. But I have a hard time getting into them anymore. I have several that I should play, but I just never do. There's gonna be a combat arms MMO. Is there actually? The free trial and the end game are very different, I bet. That tends to be the case. Okay. Oh man. It's a good thing there's not gonna be Woods, because that would be... We would have to play that. Weren't they making a new game, though? I think they were making a new game last time I checked. A new combat arms, you know? You know? Bing. Please save before all progress is gone. It auto-saves, Woods. There's no saving mechanism. It's kind of like Elden Ring in that it auto-saves so often that it doesn't matter. Hydrate? Thank you for the headbat, Zelda. Hmm. Luna, are you determined to make me go to the restroom again? It seems like it. No, not a new tribes, a new combat arms. It'd be dope if there was a new tribes, but no. No, a new combat arms. You know? Combat arms. You remember Woods? Combat arms. Bing. Luna. That is entirely possible. I do tend to like the fast stuff. I gotta go face, you know? Speed is key, always. Everyone knows this. Machinist? What does machinist do? What does the machinist do? I do like gun. Yes, very much so. If there's a class with guns, I usually pick it. I almost always pick classes that have guns. And I will pick bow classes over sword classes. Typically as well. But then if those aren't really an option, or if I'm just feeling like I want to do something different, I like the dexterity-based, speed-based melee fighters. Like samurai or ninja or something like that, you know? That was why our Elden Ring run was, what was it? Samurai. I don't remember what the class was actually called. But it was dexterity based. Fast sword slashy slash boy. You know how it is. Bing. The samurai class was called samurai. That's what I figured. What's going on here? Ah, I'm trying to see up here. I just wanted to scroll up a little bit. Come on now. The robot, his queen? What are you talking about? Is there a robot queen that I need to know about? I do like robots. This is true. We're gonna play Atomic Heart for the sole express reason that it has hot lady robots in it. And that's it. That's the entire reason. It also happens to look like a good game, and their trailer featured Jensen Ackles, and so I'm even more sold on it. Oh, fuck. But originally I was going to play it anyway just because it had hot lady robots in it, okay? Like, I'm not all that complex. Every minute you'll summon the automaton queen to attack? That sounds dope. That sounds awesome. The whole idea of being able to do that sounds cool. And the automaton queen sounds dope as well. I'm assuming she is. You know, there we go. There we go. I think we need to go to the other side. Oh gosh. How is it like this? See, it doesn't reach far enough if you don't use this one. You have to use this one. Okay. Fair enough. So what I was doing was cleaning the inside before I got distracted by the outside. It's very easy to distract me, okay? Very easy. It does not take much. Ding. Oh, we're back down at 100. At 0 again. Oh, it's back up. That was weird. The connection hiccuped again. How bad was it for you guys? Because, when it's less than like 30 seconds or something, it's, or was it 20? I don't remember. When it's less than a certain number, it's supposed to try to hold some in reserve as a buffer. I don't know that it actually does that, though, is the thing. But it seems to have recovered from whatever nonsense just happened. It did hit 0, though, which means it probably kicked some of you guys off. But I guess what that means is that only the dedicated remain. And you guys are my favorite, you know? Just don't tell the others. Don't tell the others that you guys are my favorite, okay? They can't, they wouldn't handle it well. You know? New channel, who dis? Exactly, Woods. Exactly. This is Power Washing Simulator. Otherwise known as the greatest game ever made by man. Not. Oh no, it's Calvin again. Calvin, remember the part where I don't care? Calvin, there's no chance of getting near. Volcanoes aren't real, Calvin. We've been over this. Volcanoes aren't real. It's a hoax. An abandoned mobile drilling mine, and it's broken into the magma chamber. That's all fake. It's staged, Calvin. There is no magma chamber because volcanoes aren't real. The operation likely destabilized this whole place. What has the mayor even done? I knew it was the mayor's fault. I knew. Remember we talked about his illegal fracking his illegal mining operations? I thought it was fracking, but it was definitely illegal mining operations. Because then he fled town, right? After embezzling a bunch of money. And so I knew he was to blame for all of this. Well, that and the sentient alien race of garden gnomes, they're also to blame. Because look at this. Wait a minute. It kind of looks like me. It's an ancient Egyptian power washer with an ancient Egyptian power washing van. Pulled by horses. And an ancient drilling bit. And I never looked at these. What is this? A flying power washing machine? These people were so advanced. Look at this. They even had helicopters that dropped power washing. What else? They had boats and fancy vehicles. Dude, they even grilled. They had outdoor grilling. Oh, hey, there's the statue we washed, and then there's the spacecraft with the time traveling scientists in it. Why is it recorded on this mural? Dinosaurs in a that's the park. That's the skate rink. Are every one of these references to maps? They are. Every one of these is a reference to a map we've done. That's the front of the mayor's house. That is the very first house. That is the skating rink. That is the playground with the dinosaur. That's the hand, the statue, and the flying saucer. We've done everything in these murals. I just realized every single one of these is something we've cleaned, including this drill bit. I get it. I get it. Yeah. And this was the super fancy airplane with we cleaned that a long time ago. A lot of people probably don't remember that one, but we did it on stream. Finally, Blade figures it out. Listen, I just figured it out, okay? I didn't look at it before. I mean, like, I looked at it, but I didn't, like, look at it. Is the thing, right? Like, I was like, ooh, pretty pictures, but I didn't actually, like, look at it until I looked at it. And then I was like, oh, wow. It all makes so much sense. It all makes sense. It all comes together. It was the gnomes all along. I knew it was the gnomes. They made a deal with the mayor or something. Still not entirely sure the details on the gnomes' involvement, but I know they are to blame, as a race of sentient garden gnomes would be, right? Wouldn't they just be incredibly blamable? I feel like they would be. What are they doing? Why are they always watching? You know? Like, what are they up to? What is the end goal? I don't know. I don't trust them. You know? I don't trust them. They're way too sneaky. I haven't figured out if side to side is better than up and down. I have not figured that out yet. I feel like it just depends, right? Which I know. Okay, no, this seems to be working. I like this method. This method is good. Yeah. There we go. So what I need to do is I'm gonna do what I always do, right? Since I just completed that giant bit there, I am going to get distracted. No, actually, I'm going to leak. I'm gonna be right back. I don't know why I paused the game. It doesn't matter. Okay, did I win? Seems like I won. It seems like I won. I don't like that this is here. That's better. It was really too close for my liking. This is much, much better. Dun, 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 dun. You know, hydrate again? Luna, jeez. All right, I got it. Luna's determined. Luna's on a new kick. The making sure I'm hydrated kick. Oh, come on now. What is this? Thank you for the head pat, Zelda. I'm doing it. You'll also be proud of me. Because I may or may not, in fact, have started started
You
making
did
food.
good, princess.
Shady Cake! Hello. Also, thank you for that. How are you doing? Welcome in. Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the new redeem. It's fine. I like how that's the first thing people do. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Sorry. That made my brain stop functioning. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I was saying that you would be proud of me because I'm making food as we speak that I plan to eat even. Shady Cake, welcome in. How are you doing? You missed it? Don't worry. You can always do it again. It's not against the rules. I'll always hear Miss Avalon tell me that I did good. 100%. That's why it's there. What is that awful sound that this is making? And then I also asked you how you were doing and said, welcome in, Shani. I hope you're doing good. I hope all the things are good. You're a sick beesh. I saw that. I saw that. And I hope that that is going well. I hope that that is going as well as it can. Take more drugs. Definitely do that. Remember, kids, take drugs. Prescribed drugs. Prescribed drugs. Should probably preface that. Do drugs and eat better tasting soap. Listen, don't eat the soap, okay? Even if it tastes better. Which it will, but don't eat it. You know? Legally, I'm obligated to tell you, you can't eat the soap. It is not edible. The current batch definitely is not. Definitely don't eat that. But there may come a batch where it is technically edible, but it would be definitely inedible. It would be for novelty use, external use only. You know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And for legal reasons, that's also a joke, please. Do we eat it? No, 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 no. No, 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 don't do it. Don't eat it. Bash them with the soap externally. Very true. You could just whack them. Just give them a little slap, you know? Wow, this temple is so big. Give them a nice slappity slap slap. This seems to work really well. Lick it. You could. You very much could. It would, but again, like, you're not supposed to, right? Like, it's definitely, seek counsel from your healthcare provider. Did it. Nailed it. Always ask your doctor before eating soap. Wait, how is this dirty? Hold on. Okay. Oh, yes. Very, very much so. Danny, did you realize that everyone is trying to tell me that I am a brat? The audacity of them. Huh? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Because of the food thing? What food thing? What food thing are we talking about here? What is the food thing that we're talking about? Or a bitch gotta be told to eat. Yeah, this is true. This is very true. It also may or may not have something to do with the fact that when we took the BDSM test on stream, I scored in like the 90 percentile for that. Oh yeah, I just choose, you know? I choose my moments. Here we go. Zelda threatened me. I still don't exactly know what Zelda's threatening me with, but Zelda threatened me with something if I kept doing it, because I've been particularly bad today. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm being threatened with, if I'm honest. Don't worry about it. That's for me to know. You know how I am. Listen, you know how I am. I have to, now that I know there's some mysterious thing that's going to happen. Hydrate. Okay, Luna. How do you still have hydrates, Luna? Holy crap. Ah. And I don't do the sissy hydrates either. Like, I do full on, like full on hydrate. Okay, I don't take sips. We don't sip around here, we swallow. Fuck, I'm too close. It really is, Luna. It actually is. It is the superior method. It really does hit different. Yeah, you're right. That's why I do it almost exclusively. Boop. 70% clean. This does not look 70% clean. I don't know. I don't know what this thing is smoking, but it's the good shit. Okay, because this is not 70%. How is this 70% clean? I know of an easier way to do this, though, I think. I think you just get a long enough attachment, right? How far can I go before there's a cliff? Do you think they'll let me jump in the water? Probably not, right? They wouldn't let me do that, would they? Would they? I think this is the way. Although this guy's bothering me. Oh, really? There we go. Oh my god. Okay, so it's... The problem with the extra long attachment is... It clean... What? Hold on. I hate what that did. This doesn't reach though. Why? Why do you hate me? Ow. Ow. Here we go. That's more like it. I literally didn't want to have to do this. But it was being an asshole. Whee. Boom. Yeah, I keep thinking that hitting it from the outside is the way to go. But then I don't know, you know? It all gets clean in the end, right? Who cares? Let's just clean, you know? It's about the art. It's not about the efficiency. It's about the process. That's true power washing. Okay? What do you think? It's about getting things clean? No, it's not about that. It's never been about that. It's always been about the experience, the art, the meditative state that you can get into when you're doing it. That's why it was incredibly popular during the Renaissance. Okay? Because it allowed people to enter these like almost dreamlike meditative states while they're awake. And that's why the practice was actually outlawed for a while. Because there were those that claimed it was of the devil, right? And so there was a time when you could be arrested for it. However, the good news is that time has come and gone, and power washing is free for all. Hmm. No, I think I still like this. You can't be too close to it or it doesn't, it leaves trails and I cannot stand that. So you got to be kind of far back. I should probably take the extension off entirely. We don't need it. We're already too close. Which you can get in a second pass, but I'd prefer to do it all in one pass if I can. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that, Luna. I heard about that before. That's why I said that, because you can say that about pretty much so many things and have it be true. Not that I'm saying that my, explanation of 16th century power washing wasn't accurate. But you know, I may have embellished a few details here and there. After all, I am the foremost expert on 16th century power washing. That worked out really well. Yeah. This is the tough part right here. Oh, look at this. This is terrible. Get rid of it. Send it back. It's awful. Sometimes gamers, we get in the zone and then I lose all track of anything else. Hmm. It doesn't quite have the power. There we go. The problem is to really reach, you gotta change extensions like 3 times. Oh, it auto-completed the whole thing. Ah, perfect. Just what I needed. I knew that was gonna happen. It was all part of the plan. That's why I did it. Because I was thinking about how to most optimally do it. So why is this dragon not clean? There we go. I was like, why is this dragon not clean? Like, what the hell am I missing? Hmm. Well, don't worry about it. This is Blade Eats an Apple ASMR. Everybody knows, right? Look, you guys are always bitching that I should eat something, and I'm doing it. Worrying about it, Jax. I literally just said not to. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Why is it not done? That's weird. Okay. I know what it is. I know what it is. Yep. It's always the crevices. Oh, fuck. Ow, God, I'm stuck. There we go. I'm also always stuck for some reason. I'm not sure what's up with that. Dude, I don't know what it is about this, but it's got me being like real quiet for some reason, and I don't know why. There's something about this level. The pure size of it, perhaps. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was fast. 73% done. I don't like the extra long. Not a fan. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the extra long. Regular long is fine. Why can't I put it down? There we go. Regular long is fine with me. It doesn't need to be that long, okay? Like, besides, it's not really about the size anyway, right? How do you... Perfect. Damn it. Almost perfect. I wish... Depends on what you're looking for. This is true. This is very true. Depends on if you're just going for raw power or not, you know? If you're going for raw power, then size does matter. What are we talking about? We're talking about power washing extensions. We're talking about power washing extension. Right. We are. Yeah, you know, power washing is because I got all these different ones, right? I got long, I got extra long, I got short, I got stub. Look, some people are into that, you know, but I'm not really a stub fan personally. But like I said, you know, I like them.
Nice car.
I like them long, but not necessarily that long. Like we were talking about, it depends on what you're looking for, Luna said. And it's true. If you want just... It really depends on what you're looking for as to what the best size is. And we're definitely still talking about power washing. What's up, Skulls? What's happening? What's going on? Great timing. Such good timing, Skulls. Hydrate again, Luna. Did it refresh your cap because the stream restarted? Like, I'm pretty sure you're out at this point, but I think it refreshed the cap because the stream restarted. Thank you for that, Pat Zelda. I don't know if... I'm assuming the stream totally restarted earlier when it crashed. Usually once it goes to 0K, it restarts. Okay, so what I think up is the way to go. I think upness is what we want. I think... Oh god, it's so... Ugh. No. No. We're gonna do this. This is better. Although I hate that sound it makes when you hit the ground with it. Definitely not a fan of that. uppies. I am a fan of uppies. Just I can't get uppies too often because I have to be they have to be able to pick me up, which is not that hard. But you know, being tall. But it's not that hard. Like, if you can lift 170 pounds, which Caddy claims to be able to do, we'll have to check, we'll have to test that one of these days. I struggle to lift 30 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that before, Luna. I know you. But as I recall, that's on purpose, right? If someone picked me up against the wall, I'd lose my mind. Exactly. Me too. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, Zelda. Exactly. Oh. Oh. There's a lot of people who know up in this chat right now. Picked up a 250-pound guy in a hug before, but I feel like that's different. Yeah, it can be. Really, with picking people up, it's all a matter of getting the weight distributed. Like if you do a fireman carry on somebody, you can lift way heavier people than you can doing any other kind of lifting method, which is why they teach firefighters to lift people like that. Once you get that weight up and on your shoulders, it's way easier to handle. Yeah, Luna and I were thinking about a little something different. Exactly. Oh, you know. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I was right. It was only going to take a second. Okay. Yeah, it is considerably harder to find people who can lift 6 foot tall and 170 pounds versus somebody who can lift, you know, like 5 foot tall and 100 pounds. You know? why I've always said I wish I was shorter. I just don't like that one. 5'7", your average. Yeah, that would be fairly average. But you also don't weigh like anything. So I feel like a lot of people could pick you up. You were shorted. You were 5'11". You were shorted the important inch. Skulls, I'm so sorry. But that is a hilarious way to put it. I got shorted the important inch. That last one, they couldn't just give it to you. He said he could lift 250 pounds without assistance consistently, and you're like, that's double my weight? Yeah, exactly, Luna. Yeah, you don't weigh anything. I have confidence that even though I don't think I could lift 250 pounds, I could easily lift you, Luna. I actually don't know what my max lift weight is now. I mainly do body weight exercises, so I don't know what. I have a set of a set of hand weights, and I do body weight, so like I don't know what my upper limit is on that kind of thing. But given that even back before I started doing strength training, I could lift somebody that was 100 pounds, that I'm sure that I could very easily lift you now. I can lift a 50-pound bag of dog food with one hand. Perfect. Okay, so this is pretty much that whole top okay, well, let's go ahead and hit this. Tix, how's it going? Currently on break. Welcome in, Tix. Great to see you. Now, how are you doing, Tix? We're doing fine. We are just chatting about things and or stuff. The current topic is lifting people. I'm not supposed to be able to pick up heavy things over 100 pounds. Not, I'm not supposed to pick it up. That makes sense, Skulls. That makes sense. Especially if it's a work thing. There we go. Lenny! Why are we invading the place now? So, Tix, right now we're cleaning Atlantis. This is the lost city of Atlantis, and we're cleaning it. That's what's happening here. Blade says he wants to play games, so I never invite anyone to power wash with me, Lenny, though. That's the thing. Power washing for me has always been a solo experience. I imagine at some point I will co-op it with somebody, but I want to finish most of the content on my own first, because that's just how I am. Mixed up ancient civilizations. This is true. You know what's more sad? Lenny plays League but never invites me to play with. This is true, Luna. This is true. I feel like Luna's the kind of person that if she showed interest in playing a game with you and you worked it out ahead of time, that she would totally do that. Here we go. Listen, Lenny, you're supposed to. You always tell me that you're the. What is it? You're the manly man. You're the top boy over there. So that means you have to be the initiator. Thank you for the head pats, Zelda. Currently waits on Lenny's response. You did? Oh, did you ask? Okay. Did you ask like the same day though? Like, did you give Luna a chance? Yeah, this seems awfully convenient for you, Lenny. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm with Luna on this one. Ooh. And then ask what time of instead of answer she goes. Why does it always turn out like this with you two? I know, right, Zelda? And the funny thing is, every single time this comes up, it goes the exact same way as it is right now. Because this comes up periodically about Luna and Lenny playing League together, and it always plays out exactly like this. At this point, it's a meme. Listen, don't make me get you all together, okay? Because I'm not the instigator at all for anything ever. But I, you know, I've been known to grab a couple of people and play a game. It's been known to happen. Really, Blade? Never ever. Zelda, I don't know. I would never. Okay? That's what I couldn't possibly. Because if I did, then that would mean that I would, and we all know I wouldn't, so I can't. You know? Whatever helps you sleep at night. Are you saying that I'm not being entirely truthful about this? Maybe I am. I mean, you know, I don't think there's any definitive proof to the contrary. Do I know? Do I? I don't know. Do you, Zelda? Do you? This is entirely true, Jexy. You have been taken on a little game playing tour with me, in fact, on stream even. What is that, Zelda? We did shoot zombies. We did. I'm gonna go play a game where I'm not gaslit. Okay, Lenny. Enjoy your game, though. Leffel with a knife? Okay. I see. I still want to know. Oh, shit. Still want to know. Still want to know. Yes. Very interested in the, in what happens. Your super secret thing that I'm not allowed to know about. It's bothering me so much. I don't think you understand. What a shame. Typical. Typical. It's true. Alright, I may or may not deserve that. However, listen. Typical it is. Oh, yes, it is. As somebody who's been like this my whole life, yes, that is a very typical answer. Oh. Hmm. I think this needs to be closer. I think closer is key. There we go. Closer with a shorter extension, I think is going to be the key to this. So I will say I was complaining that the map was like 70% done really quickly. But now the last 10% has gone so slow. This outside is really, really something else. Ding. Calvin, don't come in here with your volcano bullshit. Okay, your volcano conspiracy theories. There are traces of odd luminous ore everywhere. Why? And how has no one noticed it before? The outside is a pain in the ass, much like the bottom floor. Luckily, I did the bottom floor. Look out, an aircraft just shot straight out of the volcano and it's heading your way. Volcanoes aren't real, Calvin. We've been over this. This is the third time. Volcanoes aren't real. I think I need this. Yeah, there we go. Calvin's over here talking about volcanoes. Okay. Calvin sounds like a bitch. Calvin is a volcano believer, which is the opposite of a denier. He believes so hard that volcanoes are real, and I cannot get it through to him that it's all a hoax and that it's not real, much like Australia. Some would even say Canada. Some would say Canada, but I think the problem with that is that it's too verifiable, right? It's way too verifiable. No, Jexy, I know that Canada exists. I'm not a Canada denier, okay? Like, I know that Canada is real. I have partook in the poutine and the ketchup chips. I know, okay? But volcanoes? Have you ever seen a volcano? I know I haven't. Okay. We've been shown things that we're told are volcanoes. But have you seen a volcano? Because I haven't. You know? So. Exactly. You've seen videos that they showed you and told you was a volcano. Yep. That's how propaganda works, Jexy. That's how they get people believing the lies. Videos in quotations, exactly. Exactly. Videos. Quote, unquote. Oh, that? Um, I don't know what that is. There's aliens afoot. So here's the thing, right? There's aliens, there's sentient garden gnomes, there's time traveling scientists. Um, there's there's Atlanteans. There's all kinds of stuff, right? Like, so that could be anything. I don't know. For all I know, that's the Atlantean equivalent to a sparkler. All right. I don't know, a mountain with some red mist coming off of it that's red because of the way the light reflects upon the water droplets that are over there on the horizon. That's what I'm thinking. Far more believable than a volcano. I mean, come on. I thought it was just a hill. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like a hill, but like the way the light hits the water in the air as it's evaporating makes it look red. It also could just be a really big fire. Luna does have a point. Like, there, for all we know, somebody could have just climbed to the top of the mountain, built a giant bonfire because fuck it, why not? Right? They want a giant bonfire. Also, perfectly reasonable explanation. Far more reasonable than you crazy conspiracy theorists and your volcanoes. Okay. Like a rainbow. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's an optical illusion, much like a rainbow. Or a giant bonfire. Could be either one. But again, both are far more reasonable than volcano conspiracy theory. There we go. Now we're cleaning. Now we're cleaning. I think. Yes, most definitely. This map is really big. Have I ever mentioned that? Have you guys noticed that this map is really big? It's fun to watch. I hope so, because I'm not exactly doing any kind of pattern with this. My chaotic ADHD brain does not allow for the exact same pattern over and over again, so I have to change things up a lot. And so I hope that it's not like infuriating to watch. Not works because you do the same? Yes, exactly. People who don't get it are always like, why do you do things the way you do things? I'm like, you don't understand. There's chaos all of the time in my brain. And so I will do things the not necessarily optimal way just to do things a different way. Like, my brain just is always on to something else. And so I can generally only follow a certain pattern for a short period of time before I am like compelled to switch it up just for the sake of switching it up. That's that ADHD though. Very common amongst people like me. There's so much thought and nothing at all. So a nice way, I follow several ADHD like I guess in not influencers, but like I don't know, awareness folks on Twitter, and one of them said the other day that being ADHD was having so many ideas about how you wanted to go about doing something that you're unable to do the thing, and that made so much sense to me. I've heard things like that before, but like the way he put it in particular was like so I hadn't heard it worded quite that way, and I was like, yeah, pretty much. The possibilities are overwhelming, and so it ends up not happening at all. And I do that with everything in my life. Which is why it's so hard for me to be consistent as a content creator. That's why many times I've like tried to become a YouTuber, but I just cannot do the recording thing. I'm so much better as a streamer, especially since I need that feedback from chat. And I can't get that when I'm recording, you know? So there's people who that's why streamers and YouTubers are different. You know, there's always that cultural divide there, and a lot of people who there's people who do both, but there's a lot of people who there's even more people who only do one or the other, because it's like it's a different game altogether. What's happening, Pizza? What's going on? What is that title? What title are you talking about, Pizza? What's going on? Makes a lot of sense. It really does. I don't know what title you're talking about, Pizza. But also, Pizza, welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing so well. Oh, and for those of you who are currently trapped here, know that, Lamau, if you say so, listen, what? Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. You'd have to explain it to me, Pizza. You'd have to tell me all about it, you know? Very specifically, tell me about it. Oh, what was I gonna say? You have to record a parody. You have to record the parody? Like you're compelled to do so? Yeah, this is fine. I hate the top. I hate the top. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, shit. Yeah, there's no, like, easy or good way to do this. It just has to be done like this. Boop. This, you know, turns out when you submerge an ancient island with a temple on it in the ocean for a few thousand years, it gets real nasty and a bunch of caked on shit, you know? Who would have thought? I wonder if they thought about that when they built it. Probably not. Mm. It is very grimy. You are very correct. It is so grimy. There's straight up barnacles on this stuff, you know? Barnacles. There we go. Exactly. I mean, look at these. These are clearly barnacles or bullet holes. But there's so many of them, I'm pretty sure it's barnacles. Well, so why would there be bullet holes on an ancient temple from back in the wooden carriage days? Like, honestly, you know? Here we go. I need this. Guess it's good because otherwise you'd be out. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know, that's the one thing. No matter what has transpired in this universe, I have always been hired to clean something. My business has done really well. No matter the aliens, no matter the Atlanteans or the mayor who embezzled city funds on an illegal mining project or anything, really. I mean, everybody just keeps hiring me to clean something. Time traveling scientists hired me to clean their spaceship. I still don't know if I got paid for that. They just kind of flew away. I'm assuming I got paid. And you do good work too. Look how good you... Thank you, Zelda. I do try to do my best, you know? My best is a little chaotic. It's not always the best. But, you know, it's my best. Boom. But I think it's the best. But do you, though? Do you actually? This may just be a plot to get me to break again on stream. You guys have been doing that. Last time y'all tried to make me cry. And it almost worked. Luckily for you, I was wise to your ways. Okay, I'm way too far away. It's not, though. I'm always right, so I'm telling the truth. To be fair, I've yet to see any evidence that you are not always right, and therefore I still have to... I'm forced to believe that this is the case. My name is Zelda. I do find yeah, I was curious about the reasoning behind the spelling of Zelda. The etymology, if you will, of the term Zelda. There's a real reason, is there? Is it fun or is it boring? Is the fake reason better? Look at this. We've just got a method now. A methodology even. Oh, so you guys, just so you guys know, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a little killing floor with Nox again. So I think that's tomorrow. Hold on. That is tomorrow, right? Yeah, that's tomorrow. I gaslight myself. Hold on. I gaslight myself more often than I gaslight you guys, trust me. Dang. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I was right. I was right. What's going on? It's playing wrong. I believe became super uncomfortable seeing actual name get displayed. Oh, I see, Zelda. Okay, 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 okay. That's reasonable. That's an interesting. That's reasonable. You should make up a fantastic story. And then tell everyone that. Just make up some fantastic story about it. Have it be the most off-the-wall shit you've ever heard. Just pull a Jack Sparrow, you know? Just make the most incredible tale. If you're not braiding your back hair to make rope to lasso sea turtles together, then it's not a good enough story. Let me write up a draft. Yes. I love when people commit to the bit. That's my favorite. Oh. I didn't realize this was Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, I want Zelda's story, or the etymology of Zelda's screen name, to have a Jack Sparrow-like story behind it. I think that would be great. Just a fantastic story. It doesn't even have to be believable. I'm aggressively typing. Listen, you don't have to rush Zelda. It's okay. Like, you don't have to rush. Exactly, Jaxie. The etymology of screen names. Everybody has an origin story for their screen name. I mean, most people do anyway. I think I'm too far away. I think I'm too far away. I think gotta go Sanic. But no, you don't need to go Sanic fast. What do you do? It's fine. You literally don't have to. You can take your time. This isn't like No one's waiting on this. It will be funny, but you don't have to like do it all right now. Mine is because I like the moon and cats, and that's perfectly fine. That's a good one. I like your name, Luna. I remember your original name. Your OG before you changed it. Or at least the OG that I knew before you changed it. I don't know if you had, I'm sure you had ones before, but you remember. What if I did type up 3 chapters? Then you can post it if you typed up a bunch. I encourage you to post it in Discord. Let me see. Uh in the I don't know. Anywhere you feel like. I don't really have like a channel for that. I should have a creative writing channel. I should. That's kind of what the fanfic channel is. Um, but the problem with the fanfic channel is it's very specifically fan. It says fan fiction on it, which, you know, like just kind of. So you would assume you would only put fan fiction there. Maybe I should rename that channel to creative writing. Dun, 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 dun. Expect some novel. I can make a small story. I am in the process as well. I need to write some more on that. I'm writing a book. It's a sci-fi fiction novel. But I'm very inconsistent with my progress on it, as I am with literally everything in my life. So much like everything in my life, everything that I do happens in bursts. I watch anime in bursts, I write in the book in bursts, I'll work on knives and other assorted crafts and making stuff in bursts, play video games in bursts. I do everything hard and fast in a short period of time. And so I get behind on stuff. Um Especially when I have so many things that I'm doing, you know. Ding. Ding. Just the way to do things. It is if you're ADHD. With very strong autism, yeah. That is exactly how that goes. Dude, I try. I do too, and I just can't be consistent. I wish I possessed the ability to be consistent. The only time I'm consistent is when I'm in a depressive episode where I am just depressively doing like playing uh like an idle game or something repeatedly, you know, like That's the only time I can usually do that, is when the depression is hitting pretty hard. Because normally when my brain is healthy, I cannot. Yeah, I could see that, Jax. After all, you are a completionist. That's another reason why I can't be a completionist, because I just can't focus on something that long. I just get bored of it after that amount of time. Tomb Raider 100% run? Yeah, exactly. I just can't. I don't derive enjoyment out of it. It would make me irrationally angry. It crosses the line into tedious, and things that my brain deems tedious, it gets physically aggravated about. Like that's the fastest way to make me upset, is to make me do something tedious repeatedly. It physically causes me pain. Like every fiber of my body wants to pull away from the action, and I hate it. That's why homework was such a big problem for me. That's why I didn't do most of it. The more I listen, the more I relate. Zelda. Yeah. I think we have very similar things. Oh yeah, 100% Jexy. That's why I always say I could never be a completionist. I can't. I just can't. Why am I stuck? There we go. Uh-huh, Zelda, yeah. I know what you mean. I'll straight up fall asleep at work. Because that's what my brain does as an escape. Ever since I was a child, my parents and other adults would say that the fastest way to get me to not be a problem anymore was to, like, put me in a situation where I couldn't do anything, like on a car ride or something, and then I'd pass the fuck out. Because that was my body's automatic reaction to, like, being bored with nothing to do, is just fall asleep. So the problem is, at work, when I'm bored and there's nothing to do, I'll fall asleep. And it's kind of a problem, you know? Many was the day that I dozed off at work. Ding. Oh, well, where are we at here? We've got... We're 90% done. You know, here's the thing. I'm debating whether or not we try to finish this, or if I just go eat. Yeah, I like how you're asking because you know what I'm currently conflicted about. Thank you for the hydrate, Zelda. And yeah, I am kind of, and but we're like, thank you for the head pats, but we're like 90% done. But how much more? Uh, but there's also, isn't there going to be all the parts that are 99% done as, and there's this whole side. This is probably another half hour at least, if not. If it was just the flat walls, but it's not. And then there's probably all the parts inside that are 99% that I'm going to have to hunt down as well. You know, we may just do this next time. Because there's going to be little things everywhere. We also want to do more of the Tomb Raider stuff. So we may complete the temple next time. Feel like eating would be a priority. Yeah, but like, you know, good choices are being made. Yeah, I know. It's so unlike me too to make good choices. It hurts. Uh, okay. Okay, fine. Fine. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to save this and we're going to go find somebody to raid and then I'm going to go eat because there's going to be some people that get unhappy with me if I don't. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to go find somebody to raid. We don't, I'm people? Okay. Oh, we don't need any more of the Zelda excuse me's because that was, I'm still reeling from that one. Where's the, here we go. I have a plan. I have a plan. Listen, it was so not expected. That was, I have, as you know, I have bratted on many people. That was the first one in a while that had just been like, excuse me? What we're going to do is we're going to go raid Dolphin, who is currently doing some heckin' Dead by Daylight. Doing the PTB, so showing off the new changes and stuff in Dead by Daylight. So join me in saying hello. There's the raid phrase for those of you that want to raid with me. I would cross my arms and stare at you until you did it. Luna, you would too, and it would probably work. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys to death. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna do some Killing Floor with Nox, and then I don't know, on Friday. It depends on the vibe. We'll see. But I'm gonna stream for the next couple of days, so show up to that. And without any further ado, I'm gonna see you guys all next time. I'm gonna go eat. So